Hola, vamos a aprender sobre lección 8 de unidad 1. ¿Qué hora es? All right, so a few basics. First off, a little bit of vocabulary that you should probably know going into this. So first off, we have el tiempo. That is the vocab word for time. And some of these they're not in your vocab sheets by chance, but they are words that you should be familiar with. La hora is the word hour. El minuto is minute. And el segundo is second. So, ¿qué hora es? Is going to be the question, what time is it? And when the time is on the hour, as in like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, you will say either es la una, for it is 1 o'clock, or son las, then insert the hour for any other time other than 1 o'clock. So like son las ocho, it is 8 o'clock. To add extra emphasis to the time, you can add en punto to the end. So son las 9 en punto, it is 9 o'clock sharp. So that is just kind of a little extra emphasis, similar to a sharp in English or on the dot. It is 9 o'clock on the dot, something like that. You'd say en punto. Back to the es la una versus son las and then any other time. That una is feminine because it's referencing technically the hour. So it's like it is the 1 o'clock hour, or they are, and then the other times are technically plural. So any other time more than one is plural. Two's got a plural number. So you've got son las dos or son las tres. Again, that's referencing hours, which you'll see is la hora, which is feminine. That's why you get la una or las, whatever time it is. And then you'll see the es or son matches also. Es is the third person singular. The son is the third person plural conjugation of ser. A few more details. For all times between 0 and 30, as in minutes, add the minutes to the hour. So it is 9:03, son las 9:03. You're going to add it by just using the word and then including the minutes. So son las 9:03. It is 9:03. It is 4:13. Son las 4:13. It is 1:22. Es la 1:22. So notice there, it's a 1 o'clock time. So you got to switch it from not son las and whatever time, but to es la and then whatever time. Now for all times between 31 and 59, you will subtract the remaining minutes from the next hour. So you're going to go up to the next hour and subtract down. So it is 5:55 becomes son las 6 menos 5. So like literally it is 6 minus 5 minutes. So you'll go up to the next hour and subtract the remaining minutes. It is 10:35. Son las 11 menos 25. So you'll go up to 11. So it is 11 minus 25. 25 would be the remaining minutes from 35 to 60. It is 12:59. Es la una menos uno. So here, because we've gone up to the next hour is 1 o'clock, which means we got to use the es la. So es la una menos uno. So there's 1 minute left. And that's where you'll notice here the first uno is actually una. So es la una, that's referencing hora, which is hour. Then menos uno, the uno there is referencing minutes. And minutes is masculine. El minuto, which is why that is masculine. So quarter and half. So they do have a few special words for quarter or half. So a quarter would be cuarto or quince, but they'll most often use the word cuarto. The 30-minute mark is going to be media, or they can use 30, it's just not as common. So it is 7:15, son las 7:15. Kind of like when we say it is 7:15. Here would be son las 7:15, It is 7:15. It is 5:30, son las 5:30. It is 2:45, son las 3, going up to the next hour, menos cuarto. So they can use these with the quarter and subtract it down as well. So a few special hours, special times, and if you're feeling like this at all, it's all right. A few times, specific times, you've got de la mañana in the morning. So this is if you want to make it specific from, say, like it is 1:30 in the morning. You say de la mañana. And the morning is going to cover from midnight to 11:59 a.m. Right before noon. And you have de la tarde, which is in the afternoon, which will go from noon to 5 or 6 o'clock p.m. You've got de la noche, which is in the evening or at night. You've got 5 or 6 in the evening to 11:59 p.m. right before midnight. So it is 2:17 p.m. We can now be more specific. So we can do it is 2:17. Son las 2:17. Now if we want to make that more specific and actually tell if it's the AM or the PM, we can look at that and say that is 2:17 in the afternoon. So son las 2:17 de la tarde in the afternoon. Or it is 11:03 p.m. Son las 11:03 de la noche in the evening or at night. It is 9:51 a.m. Son las 10:09 de la mañana. Now we went up to the next hour, 10 o'clock, and subtracted down the remaining minutes, which gives us 9 minutes. Now there are a few special times of day as well. We have midnight, which is la medianoche. So to say it is midnight, you'll say es la medianoche. You have noon, which is el mediodía. Do notice that this one is masculine, playing off of día, which is masculine. So it is noon, es el mediodía. One thing to note there, those times are only for midnight exactly or noon exactly. You can't like add minutes to it. You can't say like es la medianoche y tres for 12:03 in the morning. It's only for midnight exactly. If you're going to say 12:03 in the morning, you'd say son las 12:03 de la mañana. All right, so we're going to try it here with an inténtelo. So I'm going to give you a time, and I want you to try to write it out. So it is 1:46 a.m. Be as specific as you can be on these. You should have son las 2:14 de la mañana. So here we had to go up to the next hour and subtract down 14 minutes, which is what's remaining between 46 and 60. And then it's a.m., so de la mañana. It is 7:06 p.m. Should have son las 7:06 de la noche. It is 10:15 a.m. You should have son las 10:15. Should be cuarto, not cuarta. Lo siento. So right here should be cuarto, not cuarta. Lo siento. You have it is 4:50 p.m. You should have son las 5:10 de la tarde. So again, going up to 5 o'clock, subtracting down to get our time. It is 1:03 a.m. You should have es la 1:03 de la mañana. It is 2:30 p.m. Son las 2:30 de la tarde. One thing to just be mindful of on all of these where you're subtracting down, that is not just a gimmick for learning Spanish. That is something that they do very similar to our it is 4:45, or it's 5 minutes to 3. This is something that they actually do a majority of the time. When we learn numbers bigger than 30, they technically can use those and add them, but they more often will subtract down. El fin.